Good evening. Please stand for our national anthem. Good evening, and welcome everyone to the commencement for Lamphere High School's class of 2021. My name is John Bordeaux, and I'm the assistant principal at Lamphere High School. I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight to honor our graduates and for all of your support. I also want to thank the number of people in other cities, states, and countries that have supported our graduates but could not be here with us tonight. I would also like to congratulate you, the class of 2021. No one would have guessed the obstacles and adversity you would have encountered when you walked into freshman orientation 4 years ago. You have persevered and will forever be stronger as you proceed with your own individual story. Congratulations, class of 2021. With me on stage are a number of individuals that have supported these graduates throughout their years, and I would like to take a moment and introduce these people. From our Board of Education, our Board President, Mr. Tony Austin. Our Vice President, Allison Manoa. Our Secretary, Mr. Ryan McCann. Our Treasurer, Mr. William Meir. And our trustees, Mrs. Terry Junkin, Paul Kavanaugh, and Robert Morgesser. From our central office administration, our superintendent, Mr. Dale Steen. Deputy Superintendent for Business and Finance, Mr. Patrick Dillon. Assistant Superintendent, Director of Human Resources, Mr. Greg Fuller. And our Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Mrs. Jane Jervis. Our building level administrators, the principal of Page Middle School, Mrs. Liz Banks. The assistant principal of Page Middle School, Mrs. Jennifer Comiskey. Director of Special Services in Lamphere Center, Mrs. Stephanie Sims. Special Education Supervisor, Mrs. Wendy Stabley. The principal of Hiller Elementary, Mr. Brad Sassick. The principal of Wessinger Elementary, Mrs. Jackie Sosin. The principal of Simons Elementary, Mrs. Jen Kramer. And the principal of Edmondson Elementary, Mrs. Amy Gazinski. I would also like to thank the teachers you see walking around helping everybody to their seats. Let's give them a round of applause for all the effort they do. And our senior class sponsor, Mrs. Marnie Lieberman. And lastly, I would like to recognize our Lamphere High School administration, our athletic and activities director, Mr. Russ McKenzie. And last but not least, our principal, Mr. Rodney Thomas.
Good evening, and thank you everyone for joining us tonight to celebrate the class of 2021. Students, the most difficult part of your graduation is over, and I'm not talking about making it through 4 years of high school and finishing 22 credits, not to mention the last year and a half of online learning and Canvas and Zooming. We're talking about you walking in and sitting down in your assigned seats, so congratulations, you nailed it. The stress is over, it's all downhill from here. There's a lot of people I want to thank tonight that's helped our graduates get to this place, and I want to start with our parents, our family members, and our friends. Some of you didn't want this day to ever come, and some of you, this day couldn't come soon enough. I think for all of us, this is a bittersweet day. We're here to celebrate our graduates, closing one chapter of their lives and opening another. But I want to say thank you for everything you've done, especially over the last year and a half, your unconditional love and support. Students, if you will, take a few seconds and turn around and say thank you and acknowledge the people that are here supporting you today. I also want to thank our teachers. We have an amazing group of high school teachers that have just done an outstanding job. Some are here, some are not, but I want to say thank you to all of our teachers. I also want to thank our Board of Education. Lamphere has the best school board I've ever been associated with. They give a tremendous amount of support for everything that we do and for all of our schools. They're a great reflection of our community, so I want to say thank you. A very big thank you goes to our central office administration for all their support in allowing us to make events like this and prom so special for our students. Anytime we called them about something that we needed, whether it was for prom or graduation, the response that we always got was, do what you need to do. And so I really do appreciate that support. And I'd be remiss if I didn't give a special shout out to our athletic director, Russ McKenzie, and assistant principal, John Bordeaux, for making today so special. We've never done an outdoor graduation before, and they put a lot of time and effort in planning today. My page flipped with the wind, sorry about that. But everything turned out great, so I want to give a big shout out especially to Mr. Bordeaux. This was his vision, and he did a great job, so thank you. And before you ask, no, you can't take Monday off. And the last thank you goes to our graduates. Thank you for making this night a reality for everyone. I think back to your parade earlier this week and how jovial everyone was. And as you drove by one, how proud I was of you as students in our building. You've had such a positive influence and a tremendous impact on our school, and you have a lot to be proud of. You've earned over $8 million in scholarship money. Congratulations on that. Several of you have been accepted to a college or university, a community college, the military, or a trade program. You've been a part of several MAC championships during your years as a student athlete here at Lamphere. You've had a huge impact on our band and theater programs. Overall, our high school is better because of you. Around the country at high schools, I think principals are talking to impatient graduates and trying to find the right words that might stick for a day, maybe a month, maybe even a lifetime. I'm sure there's a lot of metaphors and analogies for principals to use. I'm not going to use any metaphors or analogies. I think back to last Thursday, your last day of school. When I pulled in the parking lot, I noticed that the trees had a little bit of a different look to them. They were a lot more decorative than usual. And I had to laugh. And I had to think about how far we've come since last year. Think about it. Last year at this time, if there was toilet paper hanging down from a tree, someone on 13 Mile would have stopped their car to jump out and grab it. And we have literally gone from hoarding toilet paper to throwing it on trees again. And I can't tell you how glad I'm here and how glad I was to see that things were getting back to normal and our students were able to celebrate their graduation. We've come a long way. The Lamphere graduating class of 2021, you've come a long way. And I want to recognize you for the great class that you are. From the first time we met, when I was your principal at Page Middle School, through your entire high school career, you've been a great group of students and a fun group of students. I can tell you confidently, the gray in my beard is not from you, and I appreciate that. You've handled all of this adversity with dignity, grace, and a ton of character, and I can't thank you enough for your positive attitudes and your leadership. So here is to the class of 2021, congratulations and thank you.
Good evening, distinguished guests, Board of Education, Lamphere staff, parents and families, and the class of 2021. It's an honor and a privilege to be here for this very important occasion. I'm extremely proud of the class of 2021, and I want to personally congratulate you for all your achievements. The class of 2021 has shown amazing grit and determination over the past year and a half, and has also set the bar high for future classes. As a class, you have achieved great academic success, earning many academic awards and scholarships. Many of you have participated and excelled in athletics, band, and theater. You've shown unmatched leadership in the many clubs and activities that your class has participated in while at Lamphere. And you were the first class to graduate on the new Lamphere athletic field. Might be the last one, too. What I will remember most is that the class of 2021 has shown amazing compassion and friendship during an incredible, difficult year that has bonded this class together. In a few moments, you're going to walk across the stage, shake some hands or bump some fists, and receive your Lamphere High School diploma. You will have reached an important milestone in your life, and you'll always be known as a Lamphere Ram alumni. But before you do, I want to share a quick story with you that has been hanging above my desk at Lamphere for the past 23 years. The title of the story is How to Grow Good Corn. And as far as I can tell, the author is unknown. It's a story of a farmer who grew award-winning corn. Each year, he entered his corn in the state fair, where it won a blue ribbon every year. One year, a newspaper reporter interviewed him and learned something interesting about how he grew it. The reporter discovered that the farmer shared his seed corn with his neighbors. How can you afford to share your best seed corn with your neighbors when they are entering the same competition with you each year? The reporter asked. Why, sir, said the farmer, didn't you know? The wind picks up pollen from the ripening corn and it swirls it from field to field. If my neighbors grow inferior corn, cross-pollination will steadily degrade the quality of my corn. If I am to grow good corn, I must help my neighbors grow good corn too. So why am I sharing a story about corn at your graduation? It struck me after reading this how important this message is in the story, especially with all we've been through this past year with the pandemic. The farmer in the story is very much aware of the connectedness of life. His corn cannot improve unless his neighbor's corn does as well. And so it is with us. Surround yourself with successful people, great ideas, and positive energy. If you and the people around you grow, then the whole community grows. And do not be afraid to share your experience and knowledge. You'll be surprised how quick people around you will be willing to help you out in return. Those who choose to be happy must help others to find happiness, because the welfare of each is closely tied to the welfare of all. So, grow good corn, and help your neighbors grow good corn, and everybody wins. You have spent the last 13 years of your life surrounded by teachers, friends, and family that have all helped shape who you are. You are so fortunate to be a part of the Lamphere High School class of 2021, which has an amazing group of students with so much to offer each other. You also have had many great teachers and administrators who have had an influence on your life. As you move on to new adventures, remember, wherever you go and whatever you do, you will always be a part of the Lamphere family. So stay connected with us, let us know what you're up to, and show the world the Lamphere way. On behalf of the entire Lamphere family, Board of Education, staff, and administration, congratulations to the class of 2021.
Good evening. First, I would like to thank my mother for being the strongest person I know. She worked mercilessly to take care of me and my sister, and she showed us what a true work ethic looks like. And I will forever be grateful to her for loving me and nurturing me as the person I am today. I would like to thank my sister as well for being a pivotal part in my personality and loving me unconditionally even though we fight like cats and dogs. You're my blood and I cherish that. Now, to our parents, I want to send a special thank you for helping us for the past 4 years with hosting flower parties, paying for flowers, letting a bunch of kids come to your house and make some stuff. It seems like yesterday we were all nervous for freshman year. When we first started to make group chats for each class we had to make sure we were all up to date on the class or a project. When we knew our float wasn't the best, but we still were the loudest class. When we first started playing sports, we had a bunch of us on varsity sports as freshmen. And as a class, we are divided by cliques, but the uniqueness of our class is where we are pretty close to each other. We have the nerds, the jocks, the band prodigies, the people who love building robots, and the drama club actors, and the people who came to school because it was illegal not to. As class president, I relate to every member of the class of 2021. I love being president over this class because of how special we all are. We have people who are definitely going to change the world. I have faith in this class because there's something special about how we all come together and do great things. I can recall the times where we were all freaking out about exams. Freshman year, we all stayed up all night texting group chats and contemplating dropping out and what the real effects of that was. And I remember the shared anxiety of finals. Every year since then, the bond of our class has grown stronger and stronger every year with every AP class, honors class, weird electives, classes at CASA, and the painful fear of the SATs always consumed us. But we made it. COVID impacted us in many ways. Some stress was relieved when the SAT was optional, but the pressure and struggle we went through last spring and this fall was nothing but optional. Some of us had to test ourselves in ways we couldn't think of as juniors. The pressure of everything, like growing up and becoming seniors on Zoom calls, was suffocating for us, but we made it through it. We were seniors who played hard for 4 years and finished strong. To touch on a more fun subject, I will talk about the funny moments. Like the memorable moment from 9th grade where someone fell asleep during 4th hour and didn't make it to 5th hour until it was basically over. I feel like we all know who that is. Moments where we all got our test scores back and realities were changed. Moments when the walk to lunch was a race. Moments where showing teammates love when they were down was a given. Those moments are the moments you cherish in high school. We got to cherish them at home, on Zoom, on a court masked up, on a football field ready to play, in the theater ready to capture the moment, at cheer and dance competitions, at marching band, and even when you just play video games with some friends. We all stay connected in some way. As class president, I want to give a special thanks to some teachers who were significant to our class. Mrs. Martin was a teacher that most of us had in 7th grade. She was the homie, as I'd like to say, because we clicked with her quickly. She made the world of English simpler to understand and easy to have fun with. She was also very instrumental in helping us with our senior applications this fall and guiding us through that process. Mrs. Walensky, who I deemed the GOAT. She was a beautiful entry into the writing space of English. I speak for my class that we cherish her as the gem she was. She always made us smile and laugh every day with her light and positive attitude. Mrs. Gilmore, or as I like to call her, Miss G, Mama G, everybody calls her a lot of things. She was a teacher who gave us the passion to throw into your writing because she was passionate about her job. She would help people get out of their comfort zone by speaking with fervor. I call it spicy voice. She was also someone to talk to during or after school. Mrs. Martinez. Mrs. Martinez helped us before our first day of high school. Actually, it's a secret, don't worry about it. And she was a vital part for most of our academic careers. She was our step into the world of AP English, and if she wasn't one of your AP teachers, she was one of your fun electives. She stuck by us during the pandemonium, and we will forever be grateful for her, because during quarantine, she spent hours reading countless essays and rough drafts, helping us tie up the last nights of an FRQ. She was so helpful, and we will never forget deep conversations we would have in class that made it easy for everyone to chime in on. And I would personally like to thank all of our teachers for being here on Zoom every day and putting in the work and helping us get through it, because I know it was hard. My mom's a teacher. Now to the class of 2021. We're going down in history, in the history books because of the pandemic, but this class will have its hands on the wheel of the future. We are going to be the change that we want to see in the world. We are unique by design, but collectively we symbolize so much. Each of us represents something uniquely different, but we all come together like a puzzle to form a masterpiece. That's how I look at our class. I look at the cliques and the friend groups and I see parts of the puzzle. That makes a beautiful picture. That's a beautiful picture right there. One thing I loved about our class, and that I'll always miss, is the moments before that big test or quiz that no one trusted to pass. We'd always look at each other and consciously go into the fire together. I think knowing that we all were going into this every test and every quiz made the experience more bearable, and I personally appreciate it. Shout out to Alexis. I think now as we head on to the new parts of our life, like college and other things, I hope we never forget the memories of us, the class we are and the tone we set. We were told that today is really for our parents. And that statement is partly true because it's missing a very big part. Today, this moment, is for us. For the students who woke up every day at 7:30, woke up every day to be at school by 7:35. The students who have back-to-back practices and 5 tests in one day. For the students who didn't have the strength to come into school and put in the work anyway. All to lead up to this moment. This day is for us. We were in school while the world was changing. While students felt unsafe in their classrooms after weekly school shootings, while students kept their heads up while others were trying to tear them down with racism and ignorance, while the discussion of mental health became more than just a discussion, more than just a debate. We stayed strong and finished the task. I want all of you to look at yourselves and think about the person you will be after high school. All I ask of you, is to do what you love. Do what makes you happy and what is worth getting out of bed in the morning for because it's your passion, not for a paycheck. In a couple of minutes, we will walk across this stage and walk to a new chapter in our lives. And I am proud and forever grateful that taking those steps and making it through this journey together we will be able to end them together. So on that note, to the class of 2021, we out. And I would also like to say that Black Lives Matter and justice for Breonna Taylor. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. 2 dozen eggs, 1 gallon of milk, apples. That's the wrong paper. Sorry about that. To start off, I would like to thank all the staff and faculty of not only Lamphere High School, but anyone who is in public education in general. In the past, a common belief was for young people to get a job that pays a lot of money. This belief has now evolved. It's now, do something that makes you happy. However, I believe this phrase will further evolve. I think it's going to be, do something that affects and that changes the world for the better. I believe that many people in this very industry are already achieving this goal of the future. Because we all know that teachers of public education didn't do this for the money. So, I stand here before the class of 2021, thanking the staff and faculty for wanting to cause the betterment of society and helping our generation progress in a positive direction. As for us students, this previous phrase and the current phrase should be ringing in our minds. It is pertinent that all of us find something that we enjoy doing or helps advance society for the better. This can be done through college trades or finding positions that fulfill society's needs. I want to emphasize what this day means to all of us. This day means that our entire class has the capacity to learn and cause change in the world. Some people may state that it is just a paper, and while this is true, this paper shows that this Lamphere class of 2021 has a capacity to learn. And with this change, with this can change the future for the better. Every single person here has the ability and potential to do great things, regardless of our separate paths of life. Everyone here has proved that they have the capacity to learn and improve themselves. We all even managed to continue our education through a pandemic that raised challenges in the world, and we stepped up to meet those challenges. Thankfully, the school system was flexible, and through hybrid learning and other methods, we have made it. At long last, we have stumbled upon a crossroad of life, and we all must select a path that suits each one of us. Traditional schooling isn't for everyone, and thankfully, it doesn't have to be. Some of the greatest innovators, such as heads of Tesla and Microsoft, see a degree as simply proof that you can learn, and instead look for who we are and our strengths in an actual work environment. This shift in the treatment of attaining a college degree made me hesitate about attending college at first. I looked into colleges that have co-op opportunities, providing hands-on experience, so that I don't have a common problem of struggling to get a job out of college with no experience. My personal decision illustrates the amount of different paths we can all take in life and deciding which one is right for each of us. I would also like to thank both of my parents for getting me up to this crossroad and trying not to tell me what path to make and struggling with me every single day. So, I would like to close by wishing every single member of the graduating class of 2021 good luck on their future journey, and I want to reiterate that by simply making it to this day and being here today, we all show great potential and drive and have the opportunity to better the world. Thank you all for bearing with me in class for the past 4 years. I know it wasn't easy. And thank you once again to the staff and faculty for allowing us students to get educated, regardless of a detrimentally low amount of funding and limited support. To all, stay safe and be confident that we will continue to succeed no matter what life throws at us.
offer thanks to those who've helped me get where I am now. To the teachers and staff who have worked tirelessly to provide a solid education each and every day, thank you. To the friends who have made these past 4 years so much more enjoyable, thank you. To my family, and especially my parents, who have supported and encouraged me every step of the way, thank you. And to my brothers, who said I lived in our parents' basement until I was 30, thank you. We're still waiting on that one. Congratulations, class of 2020. You did it. You made it to the promised day where all 12 years of your education have paid off, when you finally become free. For some of you, this means looking forward to grand adventures, pursuing your wildest dreams, and experiencing success as you live your ideal life. For others, who are like me, you're looking forward to the finer things, like deciding, yeah, pudding is dinner. Either way, congratulations, you have all worked hard to get here and are to be commended. Now, when I first got the call that I would be giving this speech, my first thoughts were, if I tank my grade now, can I get out of this? But after a while, I warmed up to the idea of giving the speech. I mean, this is my chance to share something motivational to inspire my classmates. I can share a nugget of wisdom that is so profound, everyone in the audience will burst into applause, start crying, and donate to my Venmo on the spot. There will be a link provided. However, as I reflected on my long 17 years of life, I quickly realized a crucial fact. I know absolutely nothing. I know it's crazy, but I don't. And so I started thinking about my school career and what could have gone wrong. After all, I spent 12 years learning. I would think that I could learn some life lessons I could share with my classmates. But after some reflection, I think I give up. Throughout my schooling, I've spent my time learning the wrong things. Let me explain. See, a common complaint from students is, why do I have to learn this if I'm never going to use it? And to some degree, they have a point. There are definitely concepts taught that the majority of people will never think about in daily life. Yet, these things are what I chose to focus my time and efforts on learning. So on the one hand, I did learn some things. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I can recite the quadratic formula from memory to the tune of multiple songs. So that's cool, I guess. But on the other hand, much of what I've learned just won't be that useful or practical in everyday life. On top of that, focusing on just learning these surface level things contributed to a mindset of doing the bare minimum just to get by, to get the grade. For example, first semester, I took the virtual option. And those of you who took AP English virtually will understand it was just poetry. Reading poems, writing poems, analyzing poems, just poems. Now, analyzing poems itself is a skill that I personally can live without. But during the process, you use some pretty important life skills. You form an opinion based on your own experiences and the thoughts of others. Probably going to use that. Use critical thinking to try and reason on what's written. And, as a bonus for me, it's an exercise in patience, because I hate poetry. So, it was an opportunity for me to practice real-world skills that would benefit me in a variety of situations. The problem is, my mindset wasn't, oh boy, this is going to prepare me for my future. It was, how can I pass while doing the absolute least amount of work, because poetry is garbage. And that's what I did. I complained the entire time while simply doing the least amount of work possible. Got the grade, moved on. Now I ask myself, what did I learn? The answer, not much. What could have been a potential chance to grow, I instead turned into a waste of time. So now, what advice can I truly give to my fellow classmates without sounding like a hypocrite? Instead, I've decided I won't give you some parting wisdom. I'll give you a parting warning. Don't just learn the surface level things. Want more for yourselves. As I look out on the class of 2021, some of you have already learned this lesson and are fully applying yourselves now. To those of you who have figured this out, I applaud you. Keep it up. To those of you who may be in the same boat as I am, I encourage you. Don't overlook your experiences as just something that you did. Instead, look for what you can learn and how you can grow from each experience. No matter how mundane, your time is valuable. Treat it that way by not wasting the opportunities you have. And to those of you who have tuned me out since the moment I started talking, that's pretty good because I've just spent the past 5 minutes explaining why I shouldn't be up here. You're gonna do great. However, if I can just leave you with that one thing, that nugget of wisdom I was desperate to find while writing this speech, it's this. Don't waste your time. Learn the right things.
It's time.
Hey, here we go. Sean Spanky. Ryder Dykeman. Nadia Shoemate. Nolan Abbott. Jose Adami Jr. Anaya Adams. Faiza Ahmed. Marina Altamo. Milad Amenuel. Lana Andrews. Seth Appleby. Andrian Bahu. Miriam Bahu. Devin Baldino. Nathaniel Farms. Noah Barrett. Yusuf Beto. Mariah Beeler. Khalil Bell. Emily Birkinshaw. Evie Bisbikis. Alexander Boccaccio. Emma Bomarito. Miriam Boutros. Katrina Brigo. Madeline Brown. Anthony Burgess. Mackenzie Burke. Brendan Safai. Dylan Chargo. Tyler Chrysler. Dewey Min Tu Chu. Dewey Min Tuan Chu. Felicity Clare. Catherine Coldren. Robert Cole. William Collins. Micah Cooper. Alexia Kucher. Isabella Cronk. Courtney Dalkirk. Alexandru Deraban. Tyler Deegan. Olivia Deagle. Megan Demansky. Quentin Duff. Autumn Edwards. Rihanna Elora. Miriam Elias. Seth Ernest. Nancy Farouk. Brendan Fulton. Nathan Giles. Saida Gorges. Connor Griffin. Alexis Grzykowski. Nicholas Gazinski. Miriam Habring. Cheyenne Hale. Elizabeth Hamill. Amelia Hanbury. William Hanna. Kyle Haywood. Joanne Henry. Tyler Hernandez. Sophia Hewerman. Julia Hijazi. Jennifer Ho. Richard Hong. Maxwell Hosmer. Hayden Howell. Noah Hurst. Layla Hutchinson. Mina Ibrahim. Amro Anaya. Atia Islam. Brianna James. Bernard Jennings. Benjamin Johnson. Johnson. Dawson Jones. Terrence Jones. Joshua Kabasinski. Faith Candelchi. Marissa Kostelik. Emily Kepler. Stetson Kosonis. Paige Lane. Brooke Lawler. Colin Liam. Deanna Lemons. Wad Lawrence. Anna Maria Luke.
Oh, there you go. I see it.
Kayla Maciag. Jake Malik. Ian Matt. Jamie MacArthur. Anthony McLean. Reed McCoy. London McDonald. Joseph McNabb. Shayla McNerney. Courtney McPhail. Sage Messerschmidt. Ruben Meza. Jordan Middleton. Zachary Mills. Altina Minas. Alec Monty. Dylan Mordarski. Scott Musket. Nicholas Mazinski. Leonard Nash. Aiden Nelson. Dylan Nichols. Bintu Jai. Michaela Olivares. Bradley Oltersdorf. Ruth Pantia. Joseph Payne. Devin Perryman. Kelsey Potter. Keegan Prier. Tabia Cromie. Ariana Ray. Emma Renaud. Jimmy Richardson. Brady Robinson. Perrin Rosanio. Alexander Ross. Joshua Ross. Hunter Rupert Bass. Caitlin Russo. Hannah Sabu. Miriam Salmo. Connor Salimi. Ashley Shields. Aisha Shields. Mina Siba. Ryan E. Smith. Ryan W. Smith. Nicholas Snyder. Harlan Springsteen. Julian Stovall. Caitlin Stowe. Savannah Shavshul. Caitlin Tagai. Cherish Terrell. Jaden Titus. Hugh Lena Trong. Heath Vaughn II. Eva Velasquez. Christy Vu. Martin Wambui. Ava Work. Watson. Max Werner. Caden KJ Whitman. Jordan Wickham. Sarah Jalilai. Benjamin Yakub. Norman Yakub. Yafing Yu. Nor Zara. Parker Zielinski.
Superintendent Steen and members of the Board of Education, I've reviewed the records of the candidates for graduation and certified that they have fulfilled the requirements for graduation set by the Lamphere Board of Education and the state of Michigan. On behalf of the administration and faculty of Lamphere High School, I'm pleased and proud to introduce to you the graduating class of 2021. Seniors, at this time, can you please stand? Seniors, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left side of your cap. And before you leave, I just have one thing to say. Always remember, once a Ram? Always a Ram. All right, congratulations.